Hello and welcome to another Out with the Old, In with the New video. These are my summary slash recap videos where I go over the layouts that I made the previous month, talk about what my leftovers are, and also set up for scrapbooking for the upcoming month. This one is going to be a little bit different because I have more than the layouts from 1 month's worth of kits here because I haven't done one of these for a while. My intention is to do these every week. Oh, there's some cat hair on this one. I don't even know how that happens because there are no cats in this room, but the cat hair gets everywhere. Anyhow, this one is going to have a lot more layouts, so it's a little bit, maybe we'll call it a layout share slash Out with the Old, because yeah, I'll just share all of the layouts. So these first ones are the layouts that I made with the last kit, which was the Sunshine kit from MercyTiara Kits. And this was the very last layout that I made with that kit. The process video for this one is on my channel, or it will be on my channel shortly. So this is the last one that I made. And I did use the cut files from the kit. So every month we get a background cut file as well as some icons and shapes and titles. So this came from the icon shapes. It's a really fun layout of a photo from a while ago. Then we have this layout, which is called Birthday Bash. This one is on my channel as well. For this one, I was very generous with my sequin mix. I wanted birthday to be very celebratory and exploding. And there's a little bit more sequin mix down there. And then the main part of this layout is this photo collage in the center. I find that photo collages are a pretty good way to get lots of pictures on a layout. This one is Swifty Sweaters. I did misspell Swifty, but it's okay because, you know, these things happen sometimes. Liv and Soph received their Taylor Swift cardigans for the Tortured Poets Department album. It's a photo of them with their sweaters. This one was created with all of the B-sides of the papers that came in the Sunshine kit. This one was a lot of fun to put together, and this is the background cut file that came with the main kit as well. Now, the green paper was not very green. It was mostly white with green and blue tick marks in it, but I just used my ink to I think I used some distress ink to ink that up. If you're interested in seeing how this one came together, the process video for this one is linked as well. And I do have playlists for the entire kit, so you should be able to find all of the layouts for any given kit in the playlist for that kit. So here's another page that I made with that Sunshine kit. This time I took the paint set from the Dream Big Mixed Media kit. That's this paint set right here. And I did a little bit of mixed media on the background. It was a lot of fun to do this, and I just followed the pattern of this little sliver of paper right here. There is yellow behind there, but you can't see it because of the doily. But I just kind of followed it and made it all drippy and splotchy towards the bottom. This was another one that was a lot of fun to create, and every time I use mixed media, I wonder why don't I use mixed media more? So I guess I have to start using more mixed media so that I don't have that feeling anymore. This one was a really fun one. But there is a process video for this one. There's also a process video for this one. And this one was fun because I wanted this to span 2 pages. And if you put just the second copy of this one beside it, it would not complete the scene. So you see what would happen there is it would be the wrong color here. So what I decided to do, instead of using my second piece of this, is I used tracing paper and I actually cut out swatches of paper that was similar colors. Most of these came from the B sides of the paper. So for this kit, I really used the B sides quite a lot. And the result is this double page layout. It's actually quite a negative space kind of a layout. Like there's a lot of space and then just these clusters with the photos and then the title, of course, spanning between the 2 clusters of photos. And I just really love this look. It's something that I haven't really done before. Usually when I do a double page layout, it's because I have a lot of photos that I want to include, or maybe I have a lot of journaling that I want to include. So I don't usually have the luxury of having so much space on the background of a double page layout. And I just really love this look. And the stitching really helps to make this background paper really pop. And I love how this side is the same as this, but just with patterns. So it's really, really fun. There's a process video for this one as well. Then this is a little card that I made in the birthday crop. So these are some of the pages that I created with the Bloom kit, which was the May kit. And this one is just a photo of Scott and I created this almost like a gallery wall effect using the labels that come in the main kit. And I just tore paper down the sides here to be able to showcase 3 different patterns as well as my background pattern. Just love this page. It was really fun to make, and there is a process video for it. This was another page that was fairly quick to make. It's called Happy Memories. It's on my channel as well. And I just love this look of this bold circle, and the black matting it on the black cardstock really helps it pop out, and it ties in with the boldness of the word memories there. This one is called Sunny Days, and it's a really great way to use up some of your favorite die cuts in a kit. I just kind of, it's very similar to a gallery wall effect where I just kind of pieced together a bunch of die cuts, and then I added little embellishments. This page came together super fast, and I tried to make my title be inspired by Animal Crossing with little sequins all floating up in the sky in a similar way to the little happiness little symbols that are around our faces as we are getting our picture taken there. That's my friend Karen, and I visited her island. Another one with the Bloom kit. So there's no process video for this one because this is one that I did for our birthday crop, which happened at the end of May. And if you would like to see this one come together, you can see the real-time live stream video. It's archived on my channel, and you can check that out if you want to see how this one came together, but it isn't an edited process video. It's just a long video. It includes 3 different layouts in one. This is another one that does have a process video for it, so you can check that out. This was also made with the Bloom kit, and it is about our lost discussion group. This one is actually a scrap lift from our design team member, Kate. She's Crafty Queen Cat on Instagram. And I just loved this layout, and I wanted to try to replicate it as part of a challenge for our crop. So there's a whole bunch of challenges right here from that crop. It was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure that this was one of the ones that I created that day. So there wouldn't be a process video for this, but this would be included in that live stream if you check that out. And I'm pretty sure there is a process video for this, or maybe there isn't. Yeah, I think maybe there isn't. So this one is another one that I did on the day of the crop. Beeline to the finish line. This one I also did on the day of the crop. It was a use stamps challenge, and so I used our outdoorsy stamp set from MTK. This one is Bloom Kits for the win. This one I did as a challenge on the crop. So this one would be on that same live stream. And then these are just some leftovers from the previous month. So this is from the Outdoorsy kit, which was the April kit. This is a page and then 2 half pages that go with it. So just like that. These all have to make their way into page protectors over the next couple of days so that I can clear this out and get ready for storing all of my Summer Lovin' layouts, because I have already started scrapbooking with the Summer Lovin' kit. So if we're talking about just the Sunshine kit, I created a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, not this, 5, and one of them is a double page. So 5 pages, 6 if you count that double as a double. Plus this month, I also used a combination of that kit and the upcoming kit to do a Project Life spread for the month of June. We have some flips here. This is just stuff I did. It's not necessarily with the kit. The process video for this pocket page will be on my channel shortly. So I made a total of 6 layouts if you include the double page as 2 and plus the project life spread. And this is what I have left of my kit. So we have, what do we have here? So I still have quite a lot of the gold enamel dots. These are super versatile and useful, so it's okay that I have lots of these left. I will definitely use these in the future. I used all of the chipboard feathers, so those are gone. Always good to use things up. I only have a couple of these hearts left, but again, these are very versatile. I will definitely get to use these. I don't even know what this was. This was the, I know what this was. This was the wax seals. I used all 3 of the wax seals. Those wax seals were gorgeous. They were marbled and, oh, I love those. I still have plenty of frames. I still have plenty of these chipboard stickers. I did use some of them, but I just didn't use them all. So those will go back into my stash. I used up tons of these letters, but I still have plenty. And the same with these. I used a few of these and I still have plenty. There's still a fair amount of these die cuts left. I don't know how many of them I used because I didn't mark them off as I went, but I know that I used a bunch of them. I have all of these small-ish scraps, which I'm not sure that I'm going to keep. I certainly will be keeping the vellum scraps, but I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to keep all of these little tiny scraps. So we'll keep the vellum for sure. The world needs more of you. I feel like I could probably cut that out. So my thought process here is, I know myself, I know the kind of stuff I'll be looking for and trying to use again. And one of the things that I want to do is make more cards. So this seems like a good card sentiment. So I'm going to put that aside and potentially use it for cards. This I didn't get to, I kept this to use it as a stencil, but I didn't end up using it as a stencil, so I'll just get rid of it. This can all go in the paper recycling. I used this cut file and I did not use these. I did pre-cut them though, so I might pull, I used these though, but I didn't use these. I might pull from this again in the future, but I don't need to hang on to this. So, well, that's all in my silhouette, so I don't have to, they're in my silhouette library, so I don't really have to figure to hold on to that. I will get rid of this. It's a weird shape to keep, and I inked the back of it, and I'll just get rid of it. I don't need to hang on to it. We have a fairly big piece of this, so I think I will keep this, sort it into my scraps, and I would say that I will sort this into pink because it's pink on this side. This is very usable, and so I'm much more likely to use this than this, although this is really gorgeous. It's also pink dominant, so if this finds its way into my pink scraps, I will find it either way as far as like using one side or the other side. This I will put with my rainbow scraps. Now, I don't put too much in my multicolor scraps, but this is gorgeous. I try to reserve my multicolor scraps for my very favorite multicolor papers. If possible, I would rather sort by color than put a bunch, because anything could go into multicolor scraps, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of sorting. But this I will put in my multicolor scraps. This I will probably put maybe in my multicolor scraps, just because again, I really love this. And if I were looking for rainbows, I'd probably grab for my multicolor scraps. This, I think I will put this in my blue scraps, even though the flip side is pink. I like this a lot, and I'm more likely to use this. I mean, I don't know. I'm equally likely to use both of them, so I'll sort it by blue because you just got to pick one. This I will also put with that multicolored scraps. So here we actually have a full sheet of patterned paper. So I'll put this back with my full sheet pattern paper, and I will sort it by blue because this is my favorite side of this. This I will put with, will I put this with pink or will I put it with blue? I mean, I could put it with green. The back side is green. I think I'll put it with green. So there's that. I always keep my newsletters aside because sometimes I have things written in them. I didn't this time. I didn't really use my kit planning tool. Oh, I did. I drew one sketch, but it was just a smaller version of the sketch of the month. I have all of these cut up pieces of the B sides of my papers. I am inclined to actually keep these, even though they're pretty small. I really like these patterns, these tone on tone patterns. All of these pieces can go in with my pink scraps, and all of these will go in my yellow and orange. They are kept together in the same folder anyways. This will go with my sequin mix. So I keep my leftovers of all of my confetti mixes. So this one, the Sunshine Kit, oh, somehow half of them got on the other side, but I really love this mix. It's really, really beautiful. Just to know how much I have, I'm actually going to fix that. So what I'll do is I will spill them all out. It's okay if one or two is on the back. I just would rather have most of them be in the front. So there we go. Sunshine, bloom, adventure awaits, nostalgia, celebrate, joy, take me home, summer vibes, brighter days, outdoorsy was right there. And gather, I used all the gather. Gather goes right there. Now, as far as cardstock goes, I am not usually a huge user of cardstock. I keep my vellum in a separate place, so I will put this with my vellum. A whole sheet of it, that's awesome. So I'm not a huge user of cardstock, but I did use some of it. So I used, I guess I used a piece and a chunk of this and a piece and a chunk of this, and I used a white piece. And then I still have these two gray pieces left. Now, these will work beautifully with the upcoming kits. So I'm just going to keep these in the bottom part of my scrap caddy. I will put these in here. And something that I like to do because it's my kit club, and I would do this as if I was on a design team as well, is I like to just make a note of which kit these things are from that I'm saving, so that if I pull it out and use it from my stash on a future layout, I can say, oh, this is those die cuts that came in the Sunshine Kit. And I just put MTK, although all of my kits are MTK these days. All right, so all these will go in the paper recycling. So this is my Razcog where I keep all of my leftovers from my kits. And so I have the letters in the front, and then I have things like frames and other 6 by 12 inch. These frames are supposed to be back here. I keep it roughly organized with frames and phrases and so on. I do try to keep the letters together because usually if I'm looking for letters, I know that I'm looking for letters, so I want to know where they're at. All of my 6 by 12 inch leftovers go in here, and there's just this little 6 by 12 inch basket that holds this. These are, I get a lot of questions about those. They are hard to find. I can't give you a source on those. They used to come with some of the Jetmax cubes that Michaels used to sell before they were recollections, and I don't think they make them anymore, so you won't be able to find those easily, but fridge bins or something like that would probably do the trick. Then this is a Martha Stewart office supply caddy, I guess. Yeah, there it is, home office. I don't know if she still makes that, but she used to have a line of design products and storage products for that you could get at Staples. So I've been keeping all of my other embellishments in here from previous kits, and so I'm just kind of stuffing them in here. At some point I'm going to have to go through, sorry if you can't hear me very well there, at some point I'm going to have to go through and eliminate some of the die cuts because I have a lot of die cut leftovers, but for this kit I only have a small amount of leftovers, so I will pop this right in here. For now, I don't have to get rid of them. I will put the doily. So I've got a couple of other doilies here. They're all white, but I'll put those there. And other like small-ish things I keep just right in this little place right here. So we'll put the doilies back there and these little packages of things right there. We'll put our gold enamel dots along with our other enamel dots that are left over. I will flip this around, and I know my head is pointing the wrong way, so I hope that you can hear me as I look at my stuff as I put it away. But yeah, so I'll put that there, and the frames and the cardstock stickers. I will put, you know what? I think I will slide these into a baggie so that they don't fall off. Did I do that with the other ones? Yeah, I did with the cardstock there. So I have a baggie for the one that was in my storage that didn't have one, that needed one. I have a baggie for the cardstock stickers from this month. And a baggie for the frames from this month, like so. So now those are right there. And then as far as these letters go, I've been putting these letters, like just kind of the extra puffy stickers and letters and so on, just back here. So we'll put this with those. These ones did not get used nearly as much as these ones did, so I'll have to make sure I remember to dip back into those as needed for subtitles and whatnot. So this Razcog, which also, by the way, holds some Project Life stuff and my 6x6 paper pads, lives right over there. So this is how I store my scraps. I keep them vertically like this in magazine holders, the 12x12 magazine holders that are paper by Totally Tiffany. So it's in that cabinet that's open, and these are the paper holders. And those paper holders just allow them to not all fall out when I take one or two of them out, so that just holds the space for them. So we have, I think the ones that I needed were pink, blue, and rainbow. So, oh, and yellow. All right. So yellow and orange. We have lots of pink here. What was the pink one I was going to do again? Right, I was going to put this one in pink. And I think the rest of those were, this was going to be in blue, and the rest of them were going to be in rainbow. So put these in pink, like that. And then these go in blue. You know what? I'm just going to stick this in blue as well, because it's got lots of blues in it. Like that. I'm going to put this vellum in with my blue scraps as well. I really like having them like that with the open part showing, so that if I really want to grab something super quick, I can just access it like this, pull it out, and go without even taking this whole folder out of the cabinet. All right, so here is my Kit Caddy. This is from Temu. It's super cheap and kind of flimsy, but it does the trick. And what I love about it is that it fits under my desk, which is perfect. So I have my Summer Lovin' kit that has to go into that. I have actually scrapbooked with my Summer Lovin' kit, so usually it's all pretty and I put it into this during my Out with the Old, In with the New video, but it's not pretty because I've kind of busted into it. So before I put that into my scrap caddy, or my Kit Caddy, I guess is what I'm calling it, I will put my cardstock in with my cardstock. So the very bottom shelf caddy is reserved for cardstock that I think I'm going to use this month. And so if I don't think I'm going to use it, I try to take it out. So it has mostly neutrals. There's some whites, there's some Potter's Clay. I'm going to put this pink, this navy blue. I like having these on hand, especially this navy blue is really great for matting. So I'm going to put these all in the bottom here. There's also some black. And I keep even scraps of my cardstock that I think might be handy to have on hand with the upcoming kit. So normally, none of this is out of its packaging and none of it is cut up in scraps. But normally what I do is I would have all of my patterned paper and cardstock that is not cut into. So that would be all of these right here. I have the pattern paper that comes in the kit, and I also have the extra pattern paper. So that means I have 2 copies of each paper, and I also have the cardstock add-on. So that's here at the end. And I have used some of it already. So this goes in this caddy right here. So this little cubby is where I put my uncut paper that I know what I have as my options for backgrounds in particular. And then anything that is cut into, so these would be scraps, these pieces right here. And even these strips, I'll keep these strips not forever, but I'll keep them for a little while in case I need to use them. So these go into this, which is where I put my cut paper. So this would be any scraps. They all go in there. Then I know what to reach for. This is the element stickers, and it's a good idea to keep them with the full sheets of cardstocks and paper so that they don't get bent. So now I have all of this stuff that I have to sort through. So this is a scrap. I'll just put that in the scrap bin that I just showed you a second ago. These are the cut files. Now I haven't cut the icons yet. And what I normally do with the cut files is I keep them on. I usually cut a cut file as I did this month, so that's this, and it's only a little bit sticky from being on my silhouette mat, and I just put it on this. This is a plastic file folder from Cropper Hopper, and I happen to have this extra cut file. This is one that didn't cut properly. Somehow my mat released in the middle of cutting, and it was going all over the place as it was going in and out, so it cut really wonky, and I had to pause it, but I did get this much of it. And I kind of really like this as a partial, so I'm just going to keep it as inspiration, or I might even use it. So I have that, and I have this, which is where usually my little pieces of die cuts, this is last month's, but usually my little icons are in here. I just haven't cut them yet. So I'll put that and that in here, and then I keep this bag. This is one of our kit bags, but I just cut the Ziploc zipper off of it. So this is where I keep all of my cut files all together in this sleeve, so that I know where they're at. I pair that with this piece of cardstock, and I put the whole thing in here because the cardstock and that piece of plastic just holds this up a little bit so that when I put it in here, it's going to go up instead of folding down, flopping down. Okay, so next, normally these would be not cut into at this point, but I have used these. And what I like to do is keep these in one of these folders. This is just one of those job ticket folders. You can get them on Amazon. And I really just use it as a little folder to hold these together because as the month goes on, I cut into this more and more, and there's more little pieces that are kind of hanging off and they get caught on other things. So keeping them like this just makes it a lot easier for me to reach them, access them, store them, and they don't get caught up on anything as their little bits start to shed, I guess, for lack of a better word. And what do we have left here? We have a small but mighty kit. So we have all of these die cuts, including this one that its little packaging didn't get back on it. What did I use from this already? I like to keep on top of this, but I often don't do a good job of keeping on top of it. So we use this one, and we use this one, although we do have like the leftover bits of it, I think. No, we don't have leftover bit of that one. And we use this one. And we used one that says today, that one. And we also use that one. The rest of these are all still available to use. Do like to just do that, just in case I'm searching and searching for one and it turns out I've already used it on another layout. I used 3 of these. The 3 of these that I used are, well, it doesn't really look orange on here. Don't think I used any of these. So we will put these right in here in the top. I do keep some mixed media tools in here just so I have them on hand to use them easily. I also keep these Vicky Bouton mark making stencils because they're so versatile that they're good to have on hand. I don't want to have to go looking for them if I end up wanting to use them. So we keep those there. I also put anything small up in here. So we've got this little packet of buckets. Buttons and tickets are right here. And I guess that's all of the little things. We have 3 frames, which are part of the kit. And then we have these things that all go in this top bin right here, or down from the top, is where I keep my embellishments. So those go there. I think I might actually put these in there as well. And then we have our small but mighty kit, which is what I use for pocket scrapbooking. And I sometimes have this in a little zipper case, but it works so well with this that I think I'll just leave it in this. It keeps it all together because I only use it once a month. So that just leaves me with my newsletter, and I used to keep my newsletter on my desk, but lately I've been just putting it in with my kit. Oftentimes I just stick it in with the embellishments so that I know where it's at. I'm now all ready for a month of scrapping, and I even have a head start because I've already used my kit once. We have all of our embellishments here, and in here we have scraps of paper, we have intact paper, and we have cardstock. This month I plan to scrapbook most weekends, and I also plan to do some pocket pages. So keep an eye on my channel and you will see those projects coming up. In the meantime, take care and have a really great scrappy week.